A very good evening and welcome to Longdon Place as we play our first match of this Maliban Inter-Club Rugby League under lights. CRNFC hosting the Havelocks from just across town, and this has been one of those games that has a rivalry for longer than we can remember. Certainly those of two of us who are in the commentary box at least can't remember when this rivalry started, but Mr. Mathis, whose trophy this game is played for, will certainly remember more than we do. Sudarshan Apiris, and it's going to be one of those games for the ages, isn't it? Because both these teams are fighting to get to the top of this Maliban Rugby League this year. They've had unexpected results both among themselves and also in other teams, and it's going to be a really cracking affair. I would think the crowds are still pouring in for this game that is going to be highly entertaining under lights, and it's going to be one of those things that Sri Lanka Rugby will try and promote to get more nighttime games, to get the families in, get the communities in, and bring rugby back to what it used to be in the good old days.
Good evening, Shanaka. Good evening to all our viewers joining us on ThePapare, Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel, as we ready for the first game, not only under lights, but first game of year 2026 as well for both these teams. Of course, there was one more game that did happen across the park. CRNFC travelling to Panagoda, taking on the Soldiers, managing to put in a big effort in the last quarter of the game. CRNFC and winning that one. So these two teams, like you mentioned, Chanika, are going to want to make sure that they start off the year very well, and also it's going to be very exciting to see how they react after those losses and also the draw that Tabby's had to face in the opening week.
Well, they've certainly improved from then, haven't they? As we look back at what they did last week, an outstanding performance against an Army team. They'll be a little worried about the 12 points that they conceded, but here are Kandy, the league favourites, of course, as usual, putting in a rambunctious performance against this Sri Lions side. Akash Madhushankar with an extravagant dummy, which he didn't really need before crashing over there. And of course, CR taking on Police at the Police grounds. This was one of the best executed number 8 breaks that I've seen this season. And Viduna Amanet going over from about 30 metres out off an inside ball. And CHNFC, who just managed to win in Panagoda against a gutsy Army performance, have shown that their scrum is one to really be reckoned with. Maliksha Pereira putting in that pass for the assist in the far corner. Janit Chandimal also one of the main contenders at fullback for CH for player of the season so far. This is the breakdown from last weekend. We've had CR who've won 2, lost 1 and won 2 again. That loss will be hurting them, Sudarshana, and with CH, they seem to be on the trot. They started off really badly, but this run of wins that they've had 3 in a row, that will set them up nicely as favourites, I would think, for this game.
Havelock Sports Club will want to come into this game here at Longdon Place to make sure that they put CR under pressure, who have faced the loss. And also, if we saw on that earlier stats column, the penalties conceded is going to be a key factor both teams are going to concentrate on. Havelock Sports Club 19 penalties conceded against CR's 15, which will worry them as well. As we look at the points table, CHNFC sitting pretty at top 5 games they've played and still unbeaten in the league. CR will be really pushing for that top finish, Shanaka, which will give them a very important place to start off from.
Certainly will, and CHNFC and Kandy have a 0 in that L column, and CRNFC have 1 in that L column, and that will be really upsetting them. Havelocks too, who are the opponents today, will have a 0 in that L column, and they will be hoping to go away from today's game with that 0 still intact. But looking at the top 4 teams, CH, CR, Kandy and Havelocks, we expected this at the start of the season, just maybe not in this order, Sudarshan.
100% Chanak. And also, apart from the 4 traditional clubs, Air Force, they are and thereabout. They're a very difficult team to face at home, but out of Ratmalana they've been vulnerable. But this week they will be hoping they can put Kandy under pressure when they travel to Ratmalana. But the bottom 4, Navy Sports Club, haven't been able to get that move on. They've improved vastly from last year, but still finding their ropes. Police will be the most disappointed team, Shanika, because they were impressive last season, but have lost a couple of key players, which is really hurting them.
Yes, they have lost a few players to other clubs, and unfortunately that has weakened them up front and in the halves combination and midfield as well. So unfortunately for Police, even though they've played pretty well this season, they just haven't been able to get the wins that they desperately want. But looking at the bottom, there's plenty of competition between those forces teams as well, and looking at home and away performances as well. Sudarshan, we saw Army travelling to Havelock and they lost quite badly, but they really took CH down to the wire today at their home grounds. Now CRNFC, on the other hand, they've lost to CH at home already, and they've got Havelocks now at home, so they have to show the rugby community that CRNFC is still a stronghold for them. That's going to be a high pressure point.
Yeah, 100%. And also, you never want anyone to come and bully you at home, and especially when it happens at the hands of CHNFC or Havelock Sports Club, who are arch rivals. That's going to really hurt them. We'll chat about that a little more after we go for this quick commercial break. So if you have to grab something, grab it now, because some intense action is coming your way from London Place.
Muscle Guard Herbal Cream. A herbal cream for rapid relief and complete healing from muscle and joint ailments. Experience rapid relief. A trusted product from Link Natural.
බෑග්වල බොරු ගණන් ගහලා පස්සේ ලොකු ඩිස්කවුන්ට් දෙන දේවල් මාගාව නෑ මහත්තයා.
ඔබේ නිවසේ පරිපූර්ණ නිමාවකට දවටනේ නියම මිල සඳහන් ස්විස් ටෙක් නිෂ්පාදන මිලදී ගන්න. ස්විස් ටෙක් ගන්න ඕනේ හොඳම තීරණය.
Love rugby,
live rugby.
Prima Kotumi, fun tamari.
බෑග්වල බොරු ගණන් ගහලා පස්සේ ලොකු ඩිස්කවුන්ට් දෙන දේවල් මාගාව නෑ මහත්තයා.
ඔබේ නිවසේ පරිපූර්ණ නිමාවකට දවටනේ නියම මිල සඳහන් ස්විස් ටෙක් නිෂ්පාදන මිලදී ගන්න. ස්විස් ටෙක් ගන්න ඕනේ හොඳම තීරණය.
Keep sweating. No matter what your fitness goal is, we are always there by you, with you. Iodex. Get, spray, go.
ලොකු ඩිස්කවුන්ට් එකක් නැද්ද මුදලාලි? අතන කඩේ 140ක් දෙන්නම් කිව්වා.
බෑග්වල බොරු ගණන් ගහලා පස්සේ ලොකු ඩිස්කවුන්ට් දෙන දේවල් මාගාව නෑ මහත්තයා.
ඔබේ නිවසේ පරිපූර්ණ නිමාවකට දවටනේ නියම මිල සඳහන් ස්විස් ටෙක් නිෂ්පාදන මිලදී ගන්න. ස්විස් ටෙක් ගන්න ඕනේ හොඳම තීරණය.
Love rugby,
Live rugby.
Prima Kotumi, fun tamari.
ලොකු ඩිස්කවුන්ට් එකක් නැද්ද මුදලාලි? අතන කඩේ 140ක් දෙන්නම් කිව්වා.
බෑග්වල බොරු ගණන් ගහලා පස්සේ ලොකු ඩිස්කවුන්ට් දෙන දේවල් මාගාව නෑ මහත්තයා.
ඔබේ නිවසේ පරිපූර්ණ නිමාවකට දවටනේ නියම මිල සඳහන් ස්විස් ටෙක් නිෂ්පාදන මිලදී ගන්න. ස්විස් ටෙක් ගන්න ඕනේ හොඳම තීරණය. Perfectly Swiss Tech Aluminium. නඩත්තු වියදම් නැති ජාත්‍යන්තර සහතික සමග වසර 30ක් දක්වා වගකීමක් ඇති Swiss Tech Aluminium. ඔබත් කොටේෂන් එකක් අරගෙන බලන්න.
Muscle Guard Herbal Cream. A herbal cream for rapid relief and complete healing from muscle and joint ailments. Experience rapid relief. A trusted product from Link Natural.
එතකොට මහත්තයාට උනේ ටයිල් ඇඩිසිව් ග්‍රවුට් වෝටර්ප්‍රූෆින් ස්කිම් කොට් නේ.
ලොකු ඩිස්කවුන්ට් එකක් නැද්ද මුදලාලි? අතන කඩේ 140ක් දෙන්නම් කිව්වා.
බෑග්වල බොරු ගණන් ගහලා පස්සේ ලොකු ඩිස්කවුන්ට් දෙන දේවල් මාගාව නෑ මහත්තයා.
ඔබේ නිවසේ පරිපූර්ණ නිමාවකට දවටනේ නියම මිල සඳහන් ස්විස් ටෙක් නිෂ්පාදන මිලදී ගන්න. ස්විස් ටෙක් ගන්න ඕනේ හොඳම තීරණය.
Keep pushing the limits. No matter what your fitness goal is, we are always there by you, with you. Iodex. Get, spray, go.
එතකොට මහත්තයාට උනේ ටයිල් ඇඩිසිව් ග්‍රවුට් වෝටර්ප්‍රූෆින් ස්කිම් කොට් නේ.
ලොකු ඩිස්කවුන්ට් එකක් නැද්ද මුදලාලි? අතන කඩේ 140ක් දෙන්නම් කිව්වා.
බෑග්වල බොරු ගණන් ගහලා පස්සේ ලොකු ඩිස්කවුන්ට් දෙන දේවල් මාගාව නෑ මහත්තයා.
ඔබේ නිවසේ පරිපූර්ණ නිමාවකට දවටනේ නියම මිල සඳහන් ස්විස් ටෙක් නිෂ්පාදන මිලදී ගන්න. ස්විස් ටෙක් ගන්න ඕනේ හොඳම තීරණය.
වසංගකාරී වෙනුවෙන් අද්විතීය නිමාවෙන් විශ්වාසී ආරක්ෂාවෙන් අසමසම ස්වාඩ් ඔප්ෂන් සමගින් 125cc බලයෙන් සියල්ලටම ඉහළින් TVS Raider 125, the full option bike.
In for the CRNFC versus Havelock's game for the Mathis Trophy. We are live from Longdon Place for the first game under lights in this 2025-2026 Maliban Inter-Club Rugby season, and the second game for the year 2026. We had the first game on a little while earlier in the day, actually. CRNFC travelling to Panagoda and beating Army fairly comfortably in the end. It was pretty close. It was 24-22 at one stage, but CRNFC running away with it towards the latter part of that game, 43 points to 25. 4 tries for Army, so they got the bonus point, and CRNFC 7 tries getting their bonus point as well. CRNFC now taking on Havelocks, and remember CRNFC have already lost a game in this league, and Havelocks have not. They've drawn one game, the first game against Navy, and then tomorrow we have Air Force taking on Kandy at Ratmalana, and those tables have been turned before, Sudarshana. Air Force have beaten Kandy at Ratmalana before, so that's not going to be an easy game by any stretch, and Police will take on Navy in a battle at the bottom of the table at Police Park. That's going to be probably a hometown favourite game.
Well, I was at that game where Air Force really pulled one out of the hat. Terrific performance from Air Force. We'll take a look at the visiting card.
Here the Havelocks team: Abdullah Faiz, former captain Azmir Fajri and Nisal Silva. Udara Lakshan in the second row alongside Janidu Fernando, who has been having a storming season so far. Shem Mendes has been outstanding in the lineouts and in defence, and the big man will be coming into the number 8 position. All eyes on him, Vunaki Vainganibao, and alongside Udesh Madhushank, who has been an outstanding performer for Havies as well. Rifan Mohammed will be looking to add some pace from the base, and Stephen Sivaraj comes in place of injured captain Jaya Vikrama. Sudesh Jaya Vikrama is in the centres alongside Dilshara Kodagoda. Jayathu Rajaratna and Janidu Vijayaratna, the two former Dons, will form the back three alongside Samuel Madhuanta.
Jonathan Fernando, like you mentioned, have been fabulous and will be leading the team out in the absence of Javik as well. As we take a look at the home team,
Serena Pereira returns from injury at prop. Venera Kodagoda will need to hit his markers from hooker. Charit Silva in the front row. Niroshan Pereira comes into the second row alongside Navin Marasingh, who starts this time. Abdul Ahmed Enesi Vainganisau, another foreign number 8, coming in to the CRNFC pack, and captain Lasindu Karunathilaka moves to the blindside flank. Harsha Madhuranga and Zubair Dore will pair off today, and that partnership between 10 and 12 will be key for CR, as the experienced Manilko Ruberu has been having a pretty steady season. Thenukon Anayakara in the unfamiliar position of number 13, which he has been playing most of in this season so far. Pasindu Bandara, Kushan Tarindu and Chemod Mutunayaka, absolutely dangerous, electric back three, but they haven't been as stable in defence as Coach Leke would have liked. So will they be exploited by the boot of Samuel Madhuanta? Plenty of mini battles, Sudarshana.
Interesting team card for the home team as well, bringing in the likes of Mar Singh, tour start. They're trying to make this game physical in the opening exchanges and hoping that that electric back three will be able to exploit the openings at the back. Two organizers in either team, chances are they could be from the same island and are cousins, but the two overseas teams will want to make sure that overseas players rather will want to make sure that their presence is felt in this game, which is going to be very, very important for both the clubs.
Havelocks looking above for some inspiration. I'm sure CRNFC would do the same as well. And for CRNFC in the number 8 jersey, it will be Enesi Vainganisau, and for Havelocks it will be Vunaki Vainganibao. So apologies from us in advance if we do confuse you slightly. Vainganisau and Vainganibao. Suranga Arunashanta will be the man in the middle today, refereeing the first match this league under lights. He will be assisted by Nalin Lasantha, Rasika Veerasekara, and in the TMO's position will be the experienced Dinka Piris. Stephen Sivaraj making a comeback to his home ground where he grew up pretty much. Sudarshana, Stephen Sivaraj's father, is a man who has taken care of generations of CRNFC players.
Oh, the ever famous Siva from CRNFC, Sivaraj. He's no stranger to these grounds. But CR will want to make sure that they make early inroads in this game. But for Havelock Sports Club, I think what has gone very right for them is some of the players who have been called up really put their hand up, like the likes of Dilshar Kordaguda. Doesn't look like a 13 Shanika, but has the resolve to try and take on anybody that comes in his way.
Well, it's high praise indeed for Kordaguda quite early on in the piece, but he's got that Conrad Smith-like effect, doesn't he? Manages to get the ball out to his wingers when he needs it, holds the defense up, makes the right decisions, which is what anybody would want in a number 13. And for Sia Abdul Ahmed also making a start today, former Isipatana schoolboy. And Sivaraj with number 30 on his back gets this Mathis Trophy game underway and kicks off into the lights of Longdon Place. Taken by Sia safely. And Harsha Madhuranga calls for some reinforcements to the breakdown and puts in the box kick. Bit of a sound off that ball. Didn't sound like it had as much air in it as it would like, but Samuel Madhuwanta is bundled out into touch. And that's a good box kick.
Good chase from CRNFC, who really put pressure on Madhuwanta, and good positioning as well. Off the base by Madhuranga. Take a look at where he targets. He targets that outside channel, and now using the touchline as defender. Great work by Sia.
Nice hit into that gap by Murshid Zubair, but he's bundled back pretty quickly. Excellent defense by Havelocks. Here's Navin Marasinghe, dragged down by Vaingani Bao. Vaingani Bao has got his hands on the ball. He had just one hand on the ball, and that was enough. And already making his presence felt.
Well, I'm going to stick to calling him Enesi, and the heavy overseas player Vunnage Shanaka. I'm going to get confused myself otherwise, but Enesi absolutely brilliant. First touch of the ball, and that too against Navin Marasinghe, who was going down. He was not part of the tackle, so he had all the right to the ball. Marasinghe making the mistake of falling to the wrong side and then straight away getting his hands around. And Marasinghe making no effort to try and release that. Opportunity for Madhuwanta, who definitely has the range to kick this one over. Points are going to be very important in this game early in the piece, Shanaka.
Absolutely the right decision to kick this one, but just goes to the right. No dispute as to that one after the controversy of the last match that was played here. But this man, Janitha Fernando, is going to be a key component today. Sorely missed for Sri Lanka. A real shame that he was not available for last year's international season. But Tenuka Nanayakara now puts this straight down Samuel Madhuwanta's throat, and he'll try again. That's a huge kick. Oh my goodness. That was close. It was much closer than the penalty, and Tarindu will look to run this one out. Kushan Tarindu stepping back inside is Chemod Mutunayaka. Needed to get that ball to Vaingani Sao. That's better from Sia, a little tidier. Madhushankar at first defender of the ruck. It's that kick again. Didn't have a lot of distance, but bravely taken. There's Vijay Ratna on that right wing, and Havelocks have it back. Fajuddin. First carry for the hooker. That ball was right across the face, and Jayathu Rajaratna, lovely run from the winger, just couldn't get that ball away. Looked like it might have gone forward of Vaingani Sao's hand. Just getting the rub of the green there. Marasinghe carries strongly, but the defense is equally strong.
Time off.
Very good passages of play here by both the teams, showing very good shape as well, Shanika, especially Havelocks. They are looking to try and exploit. It'll be interesting to see if we can take a look at that drop goal attempt from Samuel Madhuanta. Made everybody scream at Palekale when he managed to convert a 60-meter drop goal. Here it wasn't as far. As we take a look at the incident, Pasid Bandara getting a hit on his head. And Kushan Tarindu went to sleep immediately. I think despite his protest, he should not continue because he did go to sleep there.
That was Janithu Vijayaratna. His knee made fairly solid contact there with Pasindu's head. Should be interesting. Whoa, goodness, that was close. Just under the crossbar. Just under the crossbar. Madhuanta thought it went. Let's have a look at it again.
Oh well. So very close. Just maybe 6 inches. Tarindu is okay to continue. No HIA.
Well, that's surprising. I'm sure the doctors are probably going to want him off. There's no real HIA protocol in club rugby. But Kushan Tarindu got absolutely smashed on the side of his head by this man, unintentionally, of course. Absolutely no intent to create any damage. But that high knee action of the winger and Jayathu Rajaratna. Kushan Tarindu got in a terrible position, isn't it, Sudarshana? And that's the point about tackling, about junior coaches, about making sure that players are taught to tackle, because when you come to this level, it's not a small injury you're looking at. You're looking at big players running fast into you, and if you get in a bad position, you're done for.
Yeah, club rugby compared to schools rugby is very physical as well. As we take a look at the Harry's coaching unit, Salih Kumar and coach Kushant Levke looking eagerly on the action, and Kushan Tarindu that time effectively running into a train head first. Defensive scrum for CR.
Shem Mendes moving to number 8 on that defensive scrum, and Murshid Zubair, knowing that the scrum was inside the 22, manages to find a decent touch in the end. It takes them up to the 40-meter mark. He was at the receiving end of a huge tackle with his first touch of the ball, Murshid Zubair. And a lot of what CR do today will depend on how that young man goes.
Has been a very, very important cog in the wheel of CRNFC. But territorially, Havis have managed to try and play this game in these opening exchanges very well. They've camped themselves in the opposition half as Fajreen goes long.
Nicely taken. A well-worked move there, just dummying the CRNFC line out. Rifan. Nice work by Stivaraj. This is what he does so well, take the ball to the line.
Back. Please back in.
Rifan. Faiz. Bounces back to his feet. Janithu Fernando. Going all the way and taking the lower legs of the player.
Bunaki made the mistake of moving towards the CR line. They need to go from end to end. You need to roll towards the touch line on the nearer side, ideally, as Havelock's now given a golden opportunity. This time though, they opt to go for touch. They sense the momentum in their favor, and then this game of rugby is a game of momentum, and they are looking to ride this one. But what will really bother CR defense now is the fact that they will have at the back of their head, Shanika, the fact that Samuel Madhuanta is alive with the drop goal.
Absolutely, they will. They need to watch for that. Interesting, Janithu Fernando's entry into that ruck. Taken by Sia. And Vaingani Bao. There was no release by Vaingani Bao. And the referee at the back of the line out, watching that very clearly, saying that you tackled him but you never released him before you went for the ball.
Winner Kivan Garibao. That time going for the ball earlier, it was Nessie from Havis, who CRNFC, who was the guilty party. Zubair finds a very good touch, and this is exactly why this young lad has been a very, very important player for CRNFC. There was no clear release that time, and right in front of referee Aruna Shanta.
You just want referees to be consistent with that call, don't you, Sudarshana?
4, okay.
And players know that they need to show daylight. It's about the pictures you paint. Abdul Ahmad with a beautiful catch and drop down. Here's Waingani Sao. The first time he's touched the ball in an attacking position, drags them over the 50-meter line. And Sia, for the first time, are 6 inches inside the opposition territory. Madhuranga puts this one deep. It's not a contestable, but Chemod Mutunaka will try and make it so. Rajaratna held up by Manilka Ruberu. First foray into the 22. Sia will want to make this count. Abdullah Faiz.
No, high please. No.
Rifan
Use it.
has it at the back and will put his kick in for sure. In fact, he's a left footer, so he can't do it from there. And Samuel Madhuanta does manage to get a decent touch, still inside the 22, but a good defensive set there by Havelocks.
CRNFC showing promise the first time they were approached the opposition 22. They need to be disciplined in this line out here.
Number one, please.
They have the ability to try and execute when they are given the opportunity. But something they will be wary of is the fact that Havis have a sizable set of forwards as well. So setting it up is going to be interesting, whether that's going to be the option. But I'd rather go with making use of your overseas player Nessie, who's able to try and get good ball. If he can get good front football, we'll be able to try and punch the big gaping hole that will be between the first receiver from Havis.
They've worked a move off and they're going for Waingadi Sao. Straight through goes Harsha Madhuranga. Use the big foreigner as a dummy, as a decoy rather. Sia will look to try and pick and go towards the try line, but Havelocks love this kind of close quarter stuff. Marasinghe, he knows only one way. It's better from the big Sri Lanka second rower. Madhuranga keeps going the same way. Niroshan. Oh, he's manhandled there, isn't he? Absolutely manhandled, but Havelocks do well to release. Ruberu. Nanayakkara running a nice angle, standing the defence up. And that's a quick ball, but fortunately for Muthunayaka, it was too untidy.
Yeah, untidy ball catching Sia back by surprise. The back line of CRNFC really makes you excited, isn't it, Shanika? Some very young names with the likes of Ruberu to mentor them. Muthunayaka, Tenukunayana playing in the number 13 jersey has been a revelation. He's been fabulous. Wouldn't go as far to say that he is the best 13 currently going around in the league, but he's very close. With Akash Madhushankar maybe holding that title.
Madhushankar needing to play more at 12, of course, with Candy. And this is a good scrum by Sia. But in the end, it was really well run out of trouble by Havelocks. So this is where Sia need to understand. It's the little things, isn't it, Sudarshana? Oh, and that's been knocked forward, has it? Yes, it has. Passing to Bandara.
Elliot. Yeah. Red ball. No. Elliot.
Let's watch exactly what happened. We missed it on the live, so let's have a look here. End over end. So he lands outside. His 1 foot was outside there as he landed in, so it will be a line out.
Yeah, but what a clearance from Madhuanta deep in his own goal. Needed to clear and really comes on to the party. Like you mentioned, Sonika, CRNFC need to realize that Havelock will be very happy to slow this game down and play it at their pace. And they have the forwards to back that as well.
Leon.
That was really good from Jayatu Rajaratne there, or rather Vijay Ratne there, because he pounced on that loose ball. It was anybody's ball.
Oh!
And Sia just didn't want to seem to get a hold of it. Madhuanta at first receive a lovely ball across the face there for Madhushankar. Madhushankar gives it to the dangerous Rajaratne. Sia have squandered some early good possession. Rifan.
Roll away.
Fajuddin.
Use it!
Box kick from Rifan. It's a good one. Taken by Kushan Tarindu, who doesn't seem to be suffering too many after effects of that blow to the head. Madhuranga calls Navin Marasinga in close, but Marasinga says, no, I'll take it from here. Mate drags Sia over the 50-meter line once again. Here's Waingani Sao. Nice tap tackle on him by Kodagoda.
Okay.
Venura Kodagoda this time. Madhuranga, it's slow ball. And here's a little bit of pace injected by Dore. Nice little ball, but unfortunately, Chemod Mutunayaka couldn't catch it the first time. Basketball pass by Abdul Ahmed. Here's Niroshan Pereira. Back to the short side. Passing to Bandara.
No!
Madhushankar doesn't survive the clean out. And it's taken quickly by Mutunayaka. Mutunayaka looking to inject the pace you were talking about, Sudarshana. Madhuranga. Niroshan. Kodagoda. Met quickly and effectively. Zubair thinks about it and keeps the ball in hand. Nothing going on outside him. Marasinghe now.
No. Miss the ball.
Good communication by referee Surankarna Shanta Senura Pereira, who picked up that terrible high hamstring injury in against Hong Kong. Sia will be very relieved to see him back, as will the Sri Lanka selectors, the newly appointed Sri Lanka selectors, we have to say. Sia tight five, carrying in close quarters.
No.
Good breakdown management by referee Aruna Shanta. Captain Karuna Tilaka now fighting his way to the floor. Kodagoda manages to gain a couple of meters.
This, roll away. Takada.
Here's Waingani Sao, straight through he goes.
No.
Gains 3 meters, but it's slow. Madhuranga. It's a nice little ball from Murshid Zubair.
Release it!
Tarindu has been in the wars. Madhuranga again to Waingani Sao, looking for the first try of this game.
Big.
Madhuranga again now with a nice long ball. Here it is for Manilka Ruberu. Ruberu just doesn't have the pace to finish, but puts it on a platter for Tenukanane Akara. A good sustained period of pressure from CRNFC, resulting in a try.
Well, the home crowd is jubilant. First commercial bank try of the game, and first one coming from the home team as well. And it was interesting to see CR taking on the tactic of Havelock Sports Club. You want to slow it down, will come to your pace. And slowing it down with their forwards, very well disciplined distribution, and this young lad, Manuel Ribeiro, has been the rock that CR built their championship season couple of seasons ago. Last year really didn't come to the party with an injury concern, but he's turning it up for them this season.
Well, you can see he's lost a ton of pace, hasn't he, Sudarshan? There were times when he would have finished that very easily. But his skills in distribution and decision-making make up for any pace that he's lost. As Tenuka Nanayakara converts his own try, and 7-0 in the first quarter of this game, because Havelock had a lot of pressure on early in the piece. Here's the gap that opened up, and you thought Ribeiro was going to go all the way, but he realized that that's not his role anymore in this team and floated it across to Nanayakara, who cut back in nicely to score the try.
The maturity has been fabulous from Ribeiro, and when you have such young players playing, such brilliant young players playing across the back line, you need to have the older brother sort of character who is going to guide you. Chemod Mutunaik also has been fabulous for CRNFC, one of those unlucky players who missed out due to COVID, robbing most of these young lads of their final seasons at college.
It's a real shame not to see more of him, but he is back now, and Sivaraj thumps this one up into the night sky, hangs nicely and taken well in the end by Sia, who will want to make sure they don't allow Havelocks a little bit of an inroad after they've scored. Want to get back into the right half of the pitch for them. Here's the box kick attempt coming from Harsha Madhuranga now. Rifan is at the back helping out Samuel Madhuanta, who thinks about the 50-22. Lets it bounce, does Kushan Tarindu. Puts it into space, but it's well covered by Samuel Madhuanta, who does the right thing in the end, just prevents that ball from bouncing.
Good work by Mohammad Rifan that time. Arrived to the trajectory of the ball, but Samuel Madhuanta guilty of not finding the space that he was trying to exploit, went straight into the hands of Tarindu. But Rifan had to do that. Was desperate. He was isolated there. CR opted to go for a short man line out.
Nicely taken by Ahmed again. He's won a couple of lineouts in the absence of Ramidu Anjula, and that's some really good defensive work by Udara Lakshan there. Held the ball up for as long as he could for the defense to reset. Strong work in the upper body. Venura Kodagoda gives it to Marasinghe, and Jai Vikrama with a tackle that looked much worse than it was. A lovely pass out from Murshid Zubair, passing to Bandara, just couldn't run onto it. Here's Madhuranga again. Nice angle by Venura Kodagoda. Vaingani Bau acting frustrated with the amount of work that he's putting into the breakdown. Here's Nanayakara once again with that floated ball over the top. Vaingani Sao this time. Zubair pumping his legs all the way to the line. And he scores. It's a flurry of tries for CR early on. And it looked like it was a youngster, Murshid Zubair, who popped up out of absolutely nowhere and scored a forward strike.
Fabulous, isn't it? Second commercial bank try coming through. The first 5-8 from CRNFC, but that leg drive would have fooled you to think that it was a forward who went through. Murshid Zubair showing the determination and wanting to make sure that he puts all efforts, gets away from the first tackle. Take a look at that. Gets some very good support as well from Naveen Marasinghe, who pushes him forward. Has put CR now 12 points in the lead. Fabulous to see a Fields London place, and this is exactly what you want, isn't it, Chanika, for the numbers to return as Tenuka Nanayakara adds in the extras. 14 points to nil. And if you saw from on the earlier shot, some of the CR faithful former players, as we take another look at Murshid Zubair and his wonderful work, try at the game for me so far, especially given that it's a number 10 at the back of that jersey. Coming back to what I was saying, some of the faithful of CRNFC, Sulker, Ashen Karatelis, all of them preferring to watch the game from the stands, that they grew up watching the game. To have a packed crowd, they must be very delighted men here.
Sure they will be, as will be Pavitra Fernando, president of SLR, who's in the crowd. Wanted to bring the crowds back into the game, and that's exactly what we see today. Dore would have enjoyed that try, but he'll feel the after effects of it in the morning tomorrow. It's not the place where number 10s usually poke their heads, and he'll see why not. He'll feel why not. Stephen Sivaraj will want to get one back as well and win that, or at least come back to par in that mini battle.
What's going to really bother Dore is not the head-on traffic he faced, but the friendly support that Mar Singh would have given him.
Nicely taken by Jai Vikrama there. Followed that kick, and Sia just relaxing a little bit, which they didn't do at the last kickoff.
Roll away, roll away. Good.
Center appears straight in from the side.
First in, no.
Brilliant stuff from CR forwards. That this will lift them up. Senura coming back after the injury, and Abdullah Faiz that time was off his feet and also entered the ruck from the side. Absolutely nowhere after that clearance from Pereira. Opportunity for CR to try and calm their nerves. They looked vulnerable after Havelocks won that ball off the kickoff. Getting a couple of breathers, and forwards benefiting from the good work from Pereira. Earns about 30 meters.
Here's the penalty. Senura Pereira getting back to his feet. And drives through, and that's on his feet. Commando crawling was Abdullah Faiz, and that's what he was pinged for. Got to show your right angles to the referee. If your hips are off to a side, you're bound to get pinged. It's about the pictures. Sia now looking to run with a little bit of confidence again. Kushan Tarindu dragged down in a beautiful tackle by Madhushankar, who was covering nicely. He's one that the Kapil and Knowlton-led selectors will certainly be looking at. Udesh Madhushankar. Sia now with their tails up. Zubair goes into the pocket for Ruberu, gets the ball away, absolutely no space.
Chemod Mutirayaka penalised for trying to jump over that tackle, but Anilka Ruberu creating space and giving passes out like he's first 5'8", but giving that advantage for CRNFC to have another linchpin and a playmaker in the mid. As Samuel Madhuanta duly complies and earns over 45 meters for his team.
Wow, that's a stunning kick. Absolutely superb kick with no angle. I'm not sure those are penalties, Sudarshana. It's not jumping over a tackle. I think that's where it becomes dangerous, when you try to jump over a head-on tackler. But if you're trying to step out and kick your feet out of a tackle, that's something that the referees will need to look at in terms of consistency.
That's the monster kick from Madhuanta. Didn't have much angle to work with as well. And brilliant meters. Here's Savis going to the last spot.
Vaingani Bao that time with his first carry in a little bit of space. Rifan goes back to the short side. Short side again. Now he comes open. Here's Udara.
Rakshau!
Fajuddin. That's a beautiful line by Vaingani Sao. Waingani Bao rather. Rifan goes back to short side. This is obviously practiced by Havelocks. Johnny Du Fernando puts the big legs in. Still going short side. They want to keep hammering away at these big lads for Sia.
No hands, please.
No hands is the call, and that was cynical.
Hand in the ball. You.
Yeah, and AC
Confirm,
really
hand in the
killed
ball.
momentum
Good
and a
time.
move where
Okay.
Havelocks could have gone on to
Good
score.
time. Come on.
We'll be very happy that it's just a penalty and not something out of the pocket of referee Arunashanta. Yet again, Havelocks opting to go to the corner. They want to go into the strength with at least one score under the belt. We'll be delighted with the double, but Javi is showing some very good promise when they have ball in hand, Shanika. What they've done is they've made sure that the CR forwards are being concentrated into a small area which really affects the CR defensive line and the width of the defensive line that time. And AC Wainkarasau, it's really cynical, isn't it, when you try to do that.
Went in with one hand as well, Sudarshana, so it's quite lucky that the referee didn't think that it was worth anything more. Abdullah Faiz going into that contact. Lots of flailing arms and legs. That time it's Shem Mendes. And for the first time in this game, we're seeing the driving maul. Havelocks getting the drive on. There's no stopping this. There's absolutely no stopping it. Referee Arunashanta sees the ball all the way down. And that was a really well put together maul.
Commercial Bank try for Azmir Fajuddin, who's no stranger to scoring from the back of the maul. When we take a look at the replay as well, when you take a look at the body positioning of Fajuddin with ball in hand, he's exactly what any young player who's coming up needs to do. Take a look at that. He's well bound, has the ball secure and open to the drive, knows exactly where he's going. The back coming in, Jayathu Rajaratne trying to help, but Fajuddin did not need it.
Really well constructed try. And that Commercial Bank try puts Havelocks onto the board. It's 14 points to 7. And suddenly that cushion that CRNFC had doesn't look very comfortable anymore. Try scorer giving the converter a little low 5. And this is what we see in these evening games, isn't it, Sudarshana? There's a little bit more energy among the players. They're not battling against a hot sun as well, which means that they have a little bit more energy to play with. Not sure what Sia were trying to do by dragging this one across the pitch towards the goal line. If at all, they could probably have maybe tried and fishtailed it towards the touchline. It's been knocked forward by Havelocks at the restart, and Madhuranga will look to Johnny De Fernando. Thought he'd got in there in time, but does well to let go. Ruberu. Zubair. Tarindu. Cutting back in field. Release is the call, and Vijayaratne does that. Right up quickly was the Javi's tackler. Here's Lasindu Ishan. Finds the on-rushing Tenukanane Akkara. Play on is the call, and Waingani Bao gets away. It's a high tackle and the ball is loose. It's bouncing anywhere, and Kushan Tarindu will do well to run this one out, which is exactly what he does. Wow, that was really good play from Havelocks.
Havelock Sports Club now shifting into a different gear. They know they have gotten that first score. They want to make sure that they come to equal terms, as the referee has a word with the assistant referee.
Sorry?
Johnny De Fernando asking exactly what happened at the last ruck. He thought he had rights to the ball, but it will be a knock forward from Kushan, which will be eventually played.
Here's another look at that. Coming away with that verse. Kanchal. This one from Madhuranga. A seat belt tackle. Referee Arunashanta deems that it's not worthy of penalty as well. And Kushant Arundulu in the ball forward with the challenge from Jai Vikram. Teammates at St. Peter's now against each other in Club Colours.
Well, that's a decent advantage, I would think, that Havelock's had from that tackle. Rifan, just use it is the call from the referee, which is good to see when the ball was at the feet of the number 8. Vijay Ratna dragged down in a tackle that time by Pasindu. Madhushankar steps back in field, still going Madhushankar. Lashindu Vishan has to drag him down from behind. Really good run by the flanker. Lovely angle from Azmir Fajuddin as well. Makes it available. It needs to be quick, and that's what it is. Sivaraj stepping in. Goes into the 22. Rifan. Oh, and it's been knocked on the floor.
Rifan that time way too early to that ruck and trying to distribute while the forwards were still looking to clear that ball. Samuel Madhwanta seems to have hurt the knee that he's not strapped.
Time off!
But Udis Madhushankar has been a fabulous player for Havelock, hasn't he? Not only in defense but also in attack. And see Steven Sivaraj doing what Shanaka mentioned at the beginning of the game. He's a player who can take the ball to the line, and when he does, he can create opportunities. So there needs to be runners around his shoulders who's exploiting those gaps that he's creating.
Inside, outside!
Well, the problem, of course, is that Jai Vikram would have been training all the way through at number 10. He's the captain. You don't imagine that you will have an injury. But Sivaraj, if he had more time in the number 10 jersey, I'm sure his third rowers will suddenly start to notice exactly what he's doing and notice which angles to run off him.
A defensive scrum for CR, still inside the 22.
Time off it!
Harsha Madhuranga getting some running repairs, and Lasindhu Vishan trying to get into the ear of the referee as much as he can. This man will be a little upset that his opposite number scored the first try. Vijay Ratna wearing number 14 on the left wing, and Sia will have the put in.
Sit! Steady! Okay.
Well, there's so much movement. Ball just cannot be put in. And this is what the referees need to stamp down on. It's got to be a stable scrum before the ball is fed.
Yeah, very, very important area in the game because it does take a lot of time, and its safety is a major concern at scrum time. You got to stamp your authority and make sure that the players understand it's an exercise that you have trained, rehearsed, and the referee would have laid down on how he is going to adjudicate the scrum before the game as well.
Low numb, please. Low numb you. Sit!
Much better scrum from both the teams. Havelock's looking to put pressure.
Steady.
Have been found guilty of...
Well, there's really no need for a scrum half to get involved in a scrum with the in a fight with the front rowers. And it's swung all the way around. And the interesting thing is referee Arunashanta has decided CR are not going to do that if it's their ball. And he said it's the defending side that's doing it. So these are the ones that are so hard, Sudarshan, which is why I'm totally against scrum penalties at all in the international game, even because it's really not something that you want to see players playing for.
Well, they're not going to be best friends with Rossi anytime soon, Shanaka. There's some of the international teams like the Springboks really finding a way to exploit that, to try and get in those big boys, get them to rehearse it and exploit the teams that may have slight adjustments to make with those scrums, as CRNFC look to attack now inside the 40 meters.
Use it!
Madhuranga will look for the box kick again. Madhuanta. In fact, it's Jayathu Radharatha that will go up and it will be knocked forward.
Second account.
Jayathu Radharatha looks a little surprised, but I don't think there's any arguments that that was a knock-on.
Yeah, the Havelocks were lucky that none of the players who were in front of Rajaratna opted to go for that ball. Would have turned into a penalty there. First knock on by Rajaratna. Muthunaika's contact fell backwards, but oncoming Tenukunanak, Manilka Ruberu not managing to control that ball. Good attack in pedestal for CRNFC. It'll be interesting to see what they do from here. Will they look to milk up another penalty as it goes down on the opposite side?
And this is what we don't like to see, isn't it, Sudarshan? Players having a go at the referees like it's a football match. This is not something that the front rows should encourage. Not really privy to that exchange between Nalin Lasantha.
Pantro, please come here.
But there's going to be a chat.
Pantro, please.
This is sensible, good game management. Let's hope they listen to him.
Right, Pantro idhar hai, Pantro. Right, Agan. Mangilang here tayo.
Well, apologies for the technical difficulty of not having the referee's mic. He did, however, warn them that they will go into the next. He will escalate to the next threshold if the two front rowers are not making sure they're binding the long arm bind is there. Better scrum this time. Seemed like it was CRNFC. Yes, who was the guilty party? It was clear to see that they were looking to try and turn that around. An opportunity for Samuel Madhuanta. Because earlier scrum, Shanika, the reason for that scrum to come down was the CR prop, Senura Pereira, not binding, not having that long arm bind. And coming in Samuel Madhuanta. Not finding touch, but CR making a mockery of that collection.
Line out. Line out.
Well, that's a bad mistake from CR, just allowing Havelocks back into their 22. And Coach Leuke has gone for the electric back three, but this is where there are problems. And Abdullah Faiz absolutely smashing through on that loose head side. And both players, absolutely no communication there. Waingani Sao coming in absolutely from the wrong side.
Oh well, that's a penalty any day of the week, even if you're blind, Shanika. And there is absolutely no way Waingani Sao could have come in through the wall. Again, something that you've repeatedly harped on, painting the picture. He painted the picture to Suranga Arunashanta that he came through the correct channel. Havis won't be too upset because they have gotten a scrum.
Well, referee Arunashanta explained it. He said he saw it as if he came around with the ball. We saw it differently here, of course, and he doesn't have the angles we do. Waingani Bao this time steps in, just can't make the tackle, but in the tackle, Lasindu Vishan slaps that ball down.
Oh, well, that's going to be the first booking of the night. As Ribeiro goes to the bench, costly yellow card at the brink of half time. CRNFC are going to have to play the second half without one of their main men in the back line. Ribeiro could not resist. He knew the moment that an offload went through, that was going to be a try because Sandesh Jaivikrama was running on to that.
Well, you look at his eyes and you know he knew exactly what he was doing. Manilka Ribeiro has taken one for the team, but how will his team suffer while he's off? Rifan takes it quickly. Not sure that was the best option from the little scrum half, but it's been knocked forward.
The reach forward have been lost by Havelock Sports Club. Now they need to use their brains. Calm down. We are in the red of the first 40. You got to make sure you go back with some points. So you need to try and settle down. Rifan trying to take it quickly. If he wanted to take it quickly, he should have sent a bigger man to try and breach that line.
Harsha Madhuranga about a foot offside there, not much more. And this is better from Havelocks. I just don't understand why they didn't take the scrum before. They've got a man down in the back line. You've got to back yourself. Waingani Bao makes it available. It's quick.
No.
Havelocks will fancy themselves from here with a man down. Madhushankar, Lasindu Vishan fighting to get that ball back. Faiz, Rifan just couldn't get it away. Here's Madhushankar. Looks like he's lost it forward, and they'll come back for the penalty.
Another penalty coming that time, Harsha Madhuranga. Remember, this is the fourth consecutive penalty, and in the red zone. CR have already lost a man. They can concede 5 points and try and come back from it in the second half. But to start the second half with 13 men is a difficult one to come back from.
Absolutely will be. So this is important that even if they concede the try, that they don't give away any more penalties. That should be the long-term strategy for CR. It's taken quickly.
No, Hasli back. You back.
They'll wait patiently at the back. Will the Havelocks forwards? Janidu hands it off to Nisal Silva. Kodagoda, his first run of the game. Jaivikrama rather. Steven Sivaraj ghosting through the gap, just can't get it away. It's knocked back, and have CR managed to secure this? Rifan just needed to put that ball dead, but he's managed to find touch.com.
ලංකෙන් රුපියලක් සතුටෙන් උපන් බෑයක අසිරිය.
බෑග්වල බොරු ගණන් ගහලා පස්සේ ලොකු ඩිස්කවුන්ට් දෙන දේවල් මාගාව නෑ මහත්තයා.
ඔබේ නිවසේ පරිපූර්ණ නිමාවකට දවටනේ නියම මිල සඳහන් ස්විස්ටෙක් නිෂ්පාදන මිලදී ගන්න. ස්විස්ටෙක් ගන්න ඕනේ හොඳම තීරණය.
අසම සම ස්මාර්ට් ඔප්ෂන් සමගින් 125cc බලයෙන් සියල්ලටම ඉහළින් TVS Raider 125 the full option bike.
ලොකු ඩිස්කවුන්ට් එකක් නැද්ද මුදලාලි? අතන කඩේ 140ක් දෙන්නම් කිව්වා.
බෑග්වල බොරු ගණන් ගහලා පස්සේ ලොකු ඩිස්කවුන්ට් දෙන දේවල් මාගාව නෑ මහත්තයා.
ඔබේ නිවසේ පරිපූර්ණ නිමාවකට දවටනේ නියම මිල සඳහන් ස්විස්ටෙක් නිෂ්පාදන මිලදී ගන්න. ස්විස්ටෙක් ගන්න ඕනේ හොඳම තීරණය. Perfectly ස්විස්ටෙක් ඇලුමිනියම් නඩත්තු වියදම් නැති ජාත්‍යන්තර සහතික සමග වසර 30ක් දක්වා වගකීමක් ඇති ස්විස්ටෙක් ඇලුමිනියම්. ඔබත් කොටේෂන් එකක් අරගෙන බලන්න.
Love Rugby,
Live Rugby.
Prima Kotumi, Fun Tamari.
ලොකු ඩිස්කවුන්ට් එකක් නැද්ද මුදලාලි? අතන කඩේ 140ක් දෙන්නම් කිව්වා.
බෑග්වල බොරු ගණන් ගහලා පස්සේ ලොකු ඩිස්කවුන්ට් දෙන දේවල් මාගාව නෑ මහත්තයා.
ඔබේ නිවසේ පරිපූර්ණ නිමාවකට දවටනේ නියම මිල සඳහන් ස්විස්ටෙක් නිෂ්පාදන මිලදී ගන්න. ස්විස්ටෙක් ගන්න ඕනේ හොඳම තීරණය.
Keep rising. No matter what your fitness goal is, we are always there by you, with you. Iodex. Get. Spray. Go.
අසම සම ස්මාර්ට් ඔප්ෂන් සමගින් 125cc බලයෙන් සියල්ලටම ඉහළින් TVS Raider 125 the full option bike.
එතකොට මහත්තයාට උනේ ටයිල් ඇඩිසිව් ග්‍රවුට් වෝටර්ප්‍රූෆින් ස්කිම් කොට් නේ.
ලොකු ඩිස්කවුන්ට් එකක් නැද්ද මුදලාලි? අතන කඩේ 140ක් දෙන්නම් කිව්වා.
බෑග්වල බොරු ගණන් ගහලා පස්සේ ලොකු ඩිස්කවුන්ට් දෙන දේවල් මාගාව නෑ මහත්තයා.
ඔබේ නිවසේ පරිපූර්ණ නිමාවකට දවටනේ නියම මිල සඳහන් ස්විස්ටෙක් නිෂ්පාදන මිලදී ගන්න. ස්විස්ටෙක් ගන්න ඕනේ හොඳම තීරණය.
Love Rugby,
Live Rugby.
Prima Kotumi, Fun Tamari.
Keep sweating. No matter what your fitness goal is, we are always there by you, with you. Iodex. Get. Spray. Go.
Perfectly ස්විස්ටෙක් ඇලුමිනියම්. ඔබත් කොටේෂන් එකක් අරගෙන බලන්න.
අසම සම ස්මාර්ට් ඔප්ෂන් සමගින් 125cc බලයෙන් සියල්ලටම ඉහළින් TVS Raider 125 the full option bike.
Keep pushing the limits. No matter what your fitness goal is, we are always there by you, with you. Iodex. Get. Spray. Go.
Perfectly ස්විස්ටෙක් ඇලුමිනියම් නඩත්තු වියදම් නැති ජාත්‍යන්තර සහතික සමග වසර 30ක් දක්වා වගකීමක් ඇති ස්විස්ටෙක් ඇලුමිනියම්. ඔබත් කොටේෂන් එකක් අරගෙන බලන්න.
Keep rising. No matter what your fitness goal is, we are always there by you, with you. Iodex. Get. Spray. Go.
Perfectly ස්විස්ටෙක් ඇලුමිනියම්. ඔබත් කොටේෂන් එකක් අරගෙන බලන්න. Perfectly ස්විස්ටෙක් ඇලුමිනියම්. ඔබත් කොටේෂන් එකක් අරගෙන බලන්න.
A very good evening and welcome back to this Mathis Trophy game between CRNFC and Havelock. You're live from the Longdon Place grounds here, which is under lights, and it's the first carnival atmosphere of this Maliban Rugby League season game that we're seeing. If you've just joined us, where have you been? Steven Sivaraj kicked off the first half of the CR Havelock's encounter, and it's 14 points to 7 to the home team. And this massive drop goal attempt just travelling under the crossbar. And Manilka Ruberu with a lovely little assist pass for Tenuka Nanayakara to sidestep Udara Lakshan and go under the posts in the first quarter of the game. He added the extra points. And then Sia hit back very quickly after that with Zubair Dore, an unlikely man from picking the ball up at the back of the ruck. And he got driven over by Navin Marasinghe rather. And those were the 14 points that CRNFC scored. But Havelocks, after a sustained period of pressure early on in the half, managed to finally get a try with a driving maul, with Manilka Ruberu in the sin bin as well, Asmir Fajuddin going in. And his forwards have done a good job of tiring out this CR team. Don't forget, Omalka Gunaratne still to come in to this game for CRNFC. Who will he come in place of? That's the interesting question. Some of the Sri Lions players looking on in their bye week.
Yeah, fabulous to see the crowds that have turned out first weekend of the year. And Friday evening, Friday night game really, which will warm up all the action that's to follow in this very astound clubhouse, as we are on screen as well.
Good thing I wore the Papare t-shirt today. And that's the old clubhouse. And referee Suranga Arunashanta having an early chat with the front rowers, saying, look, the scrum is a problem, guys. We need to fix it. And that's what I was talking about earlier, Sudarshan. The reason I don't like scrum penalties is it makes players do all sorts of dubious things. And if you know you're going to get rewarded, and if you know you can try and con the ref, that's what the scrum penalties have brought to the game. If you do turn a scrum around 45 degrees, what we've been taught is pick the ball up at number 8 and just run in the face of no defense. But instead, what we're doing now is just playing for penalties, playing for contacts. It's just not the kind of entertainment you want to see.
The front row dark cards as Nanayakara kicks off the proceedings.
Not dealt with as well as Havies would like, and Sia have that first possession of the half.
No, in ball. Advantage.
That was Nisal Silva, who heard referee Arunashanta says the ball was still in. Tenuka Nanayakara still playing under advantage. Harsha Madhuranga has to go digging for that one. Stepping back in field and meeting the hard shoulder of Jayavikrama is Zubair Dore. Venura Kodagona goes right back in the pocket, and up quickly is the Havies defense. They've got the number of Pasindu Bandari. He hasn't had any room to move today. Marasinghe goes straight over Abdullah Faiz, who felt that one. Kushan puts a little chip kick through, and diving on that was Rifan Mohammed in goalkeeping fashion.
Did Mohammed get his foot on that ball, or did it go off the hands of Muthunaika, as referee Nalin Lasanta is yet to put his hand out?
This is an interesting one. Did he knock it out with his hands? That's the question.
Check one. Okay. සියමු. ඩින්කා මෙතන ලාස්ට් ප්ලේ එකේදී බෝල් එක බිම තිබිච්ච එකට කික් කරා. මට හිතෙනවා එතන මොකක් හරි වැරද්දක් තියෙනවා කියලා. පොඩ්ඩක් බලන්නද?
ආයෙමත් රිපීට් කරන්න. අර්ණශාන්ත රිපීට් කරන්න.
ලාස්ට් ප්ලේ එකේදී බෝල් එක කික් කරන බෝල් එකේ බෝල් එක යන තැන කික් කරනවා පින්ක් ප්ලේයර්. එතන මොකක් හරි ඩේන්ජර් එකක් තියෙනවද කියලා පොඩ්ඩක් බලන්න පුළුවන්ද?
Right, okay, thank you. Production manager, can you give me the angles of the last incident, last space?
Referee's looking for any foul play from Rifan kicking that ball.
අතින් අල්ලන බෝල් එක කික් කරනවා. අතින් අල්ලන බෝල් එක ගහන්නේ.
Mutunayaka in protest straight away. Here's a
නෑ
better angle.
එයා බෝල් එක ගන්නවා. ගන්න යන බෝල් තමයි කික් කරන්නේ.
Rifan looks like he's making contact with Mutunayaka's hand.
Can I have the same angle, little slow motion, again from the start, please?
Dinka winning the ball, no?
Question referee Arnashant is asking is whether Mutunayaka had won the ball at the time that Rifan...
Production manager, thank you. Production manager, thank you. අර්ණශාන්ත මගේ නිර්දේශය CRNFC බෝල් එක දිනලා ඉවරයි. පින්ක් ප්ලේයර්ගේ කික් එක not කියන්නේ අනවශ්‍ය කික් එකක්. So anyway under mitigation I recommend penalty only.
Okay, you agreed now? Thank you. Mark
referee Nalin Lasantha referring to the television match official. And Chemud Mutunayaka that time did have the ball under control. It's like a football, isn't it? When you go in for a slide tackle, if you get the ball first, you're safe. But if you get the man before you get the ball,
Mohammad Rifan, you're not allowed to kick the ball out of a player's hands. Is the foul play there? And referee Nalin Lasantha, assistant referee, running this near side touchline, spotting that one. So foul play being referred to referee, former referee Dinka Piris, who is the TMO.
Mark you mark here.
See Mutunayaka immediately gesturing, and that's what we want to avoid from the players.
Time off.
So let the referees do their job.
Real opportunity now here for CRNFC, and they've negotiated these opening exchanges very well with a man down as nobody contest from Havelocks.
Come here.
Still driving.
Okay, boy.
CR making slow ground. It's stopped once, so Waingani Sao needs to go, and he does.
Look out.
CR at close quarters. Will not want this ball going out to the backs. Here it is again, and flying up was Jai Vikrama. Didn't make the tackle, but did enough to slow down CR's attack. Waingani Sao. And that's what you pay the foreign players for, to finish from 5 meters out. There was no stopping Waingani Sao there. Thought he had gone over a little earlier, but absolutely smashed through.
NNC Waingani Sao scoring the third commercial bank try for CRNFC, makes it 19 points to 7. And this is perfect from the home team, with Ribeiro in the Nordic chair, making sure that they don't concede, but they've increased their lead 19 points to 7, with plenty of firepower in that bench as well for CRNFC. They'll be looking to try and pile on the pressure.
Yes.
Nanakara's conversion is good as well. He's been brilliant off the tee for the red men.
No relief.
Well, not
Now. Tackle assist. Oh, balance. Hey? Tackle assist and release කරන්න ඕනේ.
Wayangani Sao barging over through the tackle of Jayavikram and Kodagoda. They wouldn't have enjoyed that. So a little bit of a debate going on. The players, Havelock's insisting that they'd released.
Okay.
Referee Arunashanta saying, if you're the tackle assist, you have to show me daylight or at least floodlight.
No jumping.
And that's a beautiful run by Lakshan. Janidu. Samuel Madhuanta shows and goes. And the penalty this time from Thenukanane Akara.
First tackle release and take the ball.
Janidu Fernando is not happy.
Well, I think the CR players and also the Havelock players need to try and start playing the game and not appeal like they are on a cricket field every time something happens, and that's what made Lakshan that gaping hole. Shanaka, he went around, but he was trying to evade a tackle, yes, but he didn't jump over a person. It was an ankle tap that he basically avoided as Zubair Dore finds close to 20 meters to bring play near the 10-meter mark in CR half. But Havis will be disappointed. It was a very good opportunity. Take a look at this. Goes round, and that's the stray hand coming in. And all of them, Karuna Teleko, Ravind Wanzula, Chemod Mutanayake, everybody wanting to try and convince the referee that it was a penalty.
No!
Chemod Mutanayake will have a... And this is a problem. The referee is engaging in a back and forth with the players, and that's not something that should be happening. You've got to take control of this game. Rifan Mohammed, who unfortunately conceded that penalty which allowed CR to go in for that try. Sivaraj. Faiz.
I went a red.
Wayangani Bao still on the field, and I feel that Havelocks really need to make that change now.
Use it.
CR still a man down in midfield. This is where the referee shouldn't get into a debate with the players while play is going on.
Good.
Here it is for Charit Silva.
No.
Long ball by Murshid Zubair for Mutanayaka. Cutting into the field of play and going laterally is Chemod Mutanayaka, and that time he's held. Legs taken out from under in a copybook tackle.
Falling.
Zubair again opts to kick. One of the very few times that he's opted to kick. It's a nice return by Havelocks, but Kushan Tarindu had it covered.
Back.
Rifan uses his left boot, puts it straight down the throat of Wayangani Sao. Looked like Vijay Ratna tried to use more than his hands to bring down the big Fijian. Marasinghe, Madhuranga, Zubair again. Zubair still going. Karuna Tilaka just couldn't get to him. That was nicely done.
Release it.
That time by Kodagoda. In fact, it was Sivaraj. And Janidu Vijayaratna, oh, he's just not able to hold it. What a shame.
Jayat Rajaratna, that would have been just fabulous.
Go forward.
Jahan Bulat Singalage was running that supporting line as well. If Rajaratne managed to control that ball, it would have been the curtains as Bulat Singalage had a real opportunity. Rifan putting a little dings. You are not privy to that. The first touch was good, but the second one starting out from Rajaratne's body.
Kushan Tarindu doing just enough to get in the way there. And this is an important scrum in the context of this game. Havelocks absolutely have to score while Manilka Ruberu is off. I can't believe they haven't brought Visesio on yet. Lasindu Ishan goes off the back, goes laterally. And in fact, looks like Manilka Ruberu is back in the game. Harsha Maduranga. Maduranga with the box kick again. He's used this quite well today. It's obviously a tactic that CRNFC have discussed. But Mohammad Rifan now getting through the first line of defense. Tenukanane Akara drags him down. Puts the kick in, does Vijay Ratna. Nicely covered that time, but only as far as Jehan Bulat Singhala's long legs. Takes them almost into the 22 and the fullback lays it back for Rifan. Sivaraj, Lakshan. And they go back to the short side. This is where they got their try from the last time. Kodagoda. Over the ball, but didn't survive the clean out. Here's Azmir Fajuddin, the try scorer, the only try scorer for Havelock so far. They'll be wanting to change that. Abdullah Faiz, good ball presentation from the former captain. Back to the short side, Lakshan. Rifan digs it out. It's slow. It's very slow. Johnny the Fernando gets met by Dilshan Jaya in a big contest. Lakshan with Madhushanka and Fajuddin on either side. This is energy sapping stuff. Bulat Singalage puts the diagonal little kick in, but it's only as far as Murshid Dore, who read it all the way, and now Bulat Singalage has to hair back. And has it gone too far? No, it hasn't. And Vijay Ratna will have to dot this one down.
Some encouraging phases of play from Havelock Sports Club, but Murshid Dure's kick going into the goal.
Time off! Changes!
Some changes coming in. Havelock Sports Club opting to do 3 changes.
Well. We didn't get time to read the replacements bench. Chatura Seniviratna. It's not really a foreign player, but might as well be one.
Yes, the overseas talents have been called on, while Chatura Seniviratna is still surely a Sri Lankan. Has had some game time in the United Kingdom as well, and Amarka Gunaratne has been brought on. He's going to be brought on as well. Seems like Manilka Ruberu has done his time and moves on to the CR bench, as Gunaratne's arrival is met with loud cheers from the crowd. Marasinghe goes out in making way for Amarka Gunaratne.
Well, one big ball carrier for another. But does Sia have the firepower to get through to the next 30 minutes against this cohesive Havelocks pack? Kushan Tarindu puts the kick in. It's a nothing kick really. And unfortunately, both fullbacks will not have won the applause of their forward packs, because it looked like Jehan Bulat Singhalage's little grubber kick wasted possession, as did Kushan Tarindu's chip kick there.
Yeah, identical mistakes as Sachin Tanavaidanatha is being readied at the side and will come on. Former Josephian flanker who was fabulous for St. Joseph's. Will be happy that one of his former skippers are not on the field, but has to deal with the likes of Gunaratna.
Well, I like this change. I really like this change. Vaidyanatha is a busy player. He's a guy who will speed up the speed of the ruck ball for Havelocks. And they've also got Chatura Dilshan back into that number 8 jersey. And as much as Vainganibao brings a physical presence about him, I think he did slow the ball down. Visesio is going to be the key to this game for Havelocks. Charana Sendanayaka manages to hold on at this tight end side of the scrum. Dragged down. That time was Vijay Ratna. It's been defensive contest.
Lost the ball.
Didn't survive the clean out. Vaingani Sao not happy. You have to say that given how unhappy Vaingani Sao and Janith Fernando have been, that the referee's been consistent for both teams. Rifan on his favoured left foot, and this is where I think CR have missed a trick.
Okay, use it!
They've got to know that Rifan is a left footer and they've got to shut down his angle. They haven't worked on that. Allowed him a little bit too much space. Beautiful hit. Wonderful hit.
Jaya Vikrama. Both these lads played in the same team, shared the same dressing room for years and years at Bombalapitiya, but throwing himself at him. That was a fabulous tackle from Jaya Vikrama, who has been wonderful throughout this game for Havelock Sports Club, especially defensively.
Let's have a look at this one. Jaya Vikrama smashing straight in there. And this is why I don't understand why players keep mistiming tackles. That's because it's so easy to do. Just
beautiful connection and body position as well
lovely
from Jaya Vikrama. Got to really appreciate that as opportunity for Havelock Sports Club.
Lovely work from Jaya Vikrama. Really a treat to watch. Here he's again with the ball in hand. Sivaraj, nice little wraparound move. And here's Bulat Singalage with that trademark one-handed carry. Jai Rajaratna spinning in one place. But it's available for Sivaraj now. Rifan, lovely angle from Visesio. Thenu Kanane with his second turnover of the evening. Showing the third rowers how it's done he is.
Terrific work from one young talent to another. Tenukunana Kara showcasing how the jackling work needs to be done. Visesio that time lost his footing, I believe, going straight down with no tackle coming in, but CRNFC have weathered couple of waves and waves of attacks from Havelock Sports Club. Cannot be bogged down in this own half for way too long, CR, because the territorial game, Shanaka, has been won by Havelock Sports Club so far.
And it's showing in the CR body language as well, isn't it? Here's Chatura Dilshan. And you could see that Tenukananakara was in there before anyone else arrived from the Havies team. By the time Sivaraj went in, there was the ball was already won. Shem Mendes straight over the top, and Omalka Gunaratna has to clear up an untidy ball. Does really well to lay it back for his team. The thing for Sia Sudarshana is that all their cards are now on the table, and Havelocks are doing that to them. Their big ball carrier has been bustled back. These are the contests that Havelocks will want to keep winning and hope that the last quarter of the game comes back fortuitously for them. Rifan. This little dance doesn't work as Tenukanane Akara does brilliantly in defense once again. They're holding him up. It's a maul. And Tenuka Nanayakar, my goodness, he's a man possessed today, isn't he?
What a performance from Nanayakar and Mohammad Rifan that time.
Number 9 out.
Trying to run one too many. Didn't collect the ball cleanly as well. So his turnaround set Tenuka Nanayakar up as Coach Leuke has opted to go for Viduna Manet in place of Harsha Madhuranga, who's definitely tiring. He's have to pop a couple of blows. Trying to be cute, but Tenuka Nanayakar saw that Anjula had come in to help as well and holding on to that ball. It's not a nice place to be for a number 9 and gets a big high five from his halfback Harsha Madhuranga.
Set.
Now opportunity for CR in opposition half.
That was wasteful from the CR front row. Really wasteful, and they've taken it quickly, but not off the correct mark.
Jonathan Fernando had to tell the referee that they've taken it quickly.
Dangerous play.
Initially, I believe referee Arnashant did show and signal a short-arm penalty, which is why Havis were saying they took it quickly at the back. Now opportunity for Bulat Singalage to bring his team to the opposition half, and he does just that.
Terrible place to win a penalty, isn't it? Right in the middle of the field. Have to find your way all the way to the touchline. Rifan taking it quickly, but not anywhere near the correct mark. Chatra Senivaratne isn't one who's going to take a step back, whether it's a foreign player in front of him or not. And this is a good substitution. I think Mohammad Rifan was just getting a rush of blood to the head and playing a little bit on his own, and let's see whether Kalindu Silva can do a job for his team.
Yeah, very nippy scrum of Kalindu Silva. Who wore the green jersey with pride for Isipatana College. Fajruddin needs to hit the mark, opts to go to the third pod.
Nicely won. The end by Chatra Dilshan. This is really good work from Niroshan Pereira, and it's been knocked forward. It's been ripped. And Tenuka Nanayakar now will give it to Chatra Senivaratne, who gets his first touch of the game. But he's dragged down in a good tackle by Visesio, who will not want to be second best in that centre position. Viduna Amanet. A ruck was formed, and there's been some illegal play there, either a foot or a hand in the wrong place.
A punch thrown by Lasudu Karnatulika is what Jonathan Fernando is alleging. There is no referral system in rugby, as Dore complies and earns his team 10 meters. Here's another look.
Number 3. Marker.
That's the ruck. Vijayaratne coming in, and Sandesh Jayavikrama, he was the man who was penalised.
I believe what Jonathan Fernando was trying to say was happened in the earlier incident, Shanika, when there was a maul.
It's on the opposite side of the field, but if we went to the TMO for every allegation of someone throwing a punch, we'd probably be here till next year. Visesio would prefer to play the game in the correct half of the pitch. Kushan Tarindu lets it bounce. And Vidun Amaneth has to do the work of tidying up. And Chatura Dilshan thinks about the clearance but puts it off to his mate Kalindu Silva, who runs it out of trouble. And now they don't have a scrum half. Udara Lakshan picks and goes on the short side in order for Kalindu Silva to get back into position. Chatura Dilshan again.
No charging, please. Number 16, no charging, please.
Kalindu Silva. It's not a contestable box kick. Havelocks haven't gone for many of them. The one that they did almost resulted in a try. Here's Waingani Sao. Good brave tackle on him by Bulat Singalage. Oh, that was a huge hit. Venura Kodagoda. Nicely done that time by Nisal Silva, and that looked like there might have been Ravidu Anjula. A stray hand. Interesting to see if we hear a check call.
Yeah, that was right in front of the AR. It's going to be interesting whether he spotted it.
Muthunayaka now.
No, play on.
That's Kalindu Silva now.
Yes, now okay. Yes. Well done, ball. If no tackle here. No tackle.
Well, this is the first penalty that CRNFC have won in a long time in an attacking position.
Bole gatta ya.
It's never a good sign when you ask the referee how much time is left. Tells you something about what the players are feeling on the pitch. And even though it's 21-7, Sudarshana, Havelocks are just one breach away from a couple of tries. You feel that. And if they can just keep their heads, stop arguing with the referee and actually play some rugby, I think they might even run away with this game.
CRNFC readying a couple of more changes. Shanal Adhikaram coming in place of Venura Kodagoda, who leaves the field. So CR opting to go for some size in this closing exchanges. Some of the forwards have really tired out. You can see the way Kodagoda is making his way across the park. And also the overseas talent for CRNFC, Enesi Shanaka, in that earlier move in the outside channel tram lines, he did look like he had lost a lot of pace. So do you keep him on just because he's an overseas talent, or do you go for a finisher who can come in and inject some pace for you?
I think they probably keep him on, at least for reputation's sake, as Umar Kagunaratna goes on the short side, pumping his legs like a bucking bronco. Lovely pass, and Muthunayaka will go over. Chemod Muthunayaka with the commercial bank try, and is that a try too far in the last 15 minutes for Havelocks?
Fourth commercial bank try, and with that the bonus point for CRNFC, which is going to be very, very important because they surrendered the game to CHNFC. For them to make sure that they are in the fight for the top two positions, it was very, very important that they got 4 tries and gets it easy. Does it after that carry by Omar Kagunaratna. There was absolutely no one marshalling the outside channel, and Asmir Fajruddin, even at his peak, wouldn't have been able to get there to try and stop the winger.
Good spot from Vidun Amaneth. Can see the winger appreciating the call. Then you can Anekara. We'll try and add the extras. Despite starting really well, Havelocks have not been able to string together enough phases in the right part of the field as it has been. Nanayakara's day. He has been absolutely superb for the red shirts today.
Just fabulous. Nanayakara normally a first 5'8", but he's slowly but surely making that number 13 jersey his very own. Amalka Gunaratne carrying it, and then Amanit already knew that Chamod Buttarayaka with the 4th commercial bank try and the bonus point. Havies have a mountain to climb, but the way they were pushing the home club, it's not too steep of a mountain, Shanika, because the home team, as we take a look at Avishka, our content lad from the Papare, after capturing some important videos, editing it on the job so that before you go home it'll be up on the socials.
Chatara Senivaratne with that huge right boot sends it up miles. Bulat Singalage does well to get under it.
Quick back.
And he will try to return the favour with an immediate... Oh, I just couldn't hold on to the ball that time. On the field was Tinetta Dodangoda.
Well, Dodangoda is not known for his footballing skills either, Shanika. Opportunity for Havelocks to try and exploit this territorial advantage. They've won the territorial battle. That's what will hurt the coaching team as well. Amanit not in a position to go up, but here couldn't control that. Ideally should have put another boot on, because CRNFC would have had to turn around and chase that ball.
Up, please, up. Coach!
Well, I thought Dodangora instinctively should probably just have fallen on the ball there.
Set!
Just won it back for his team. They need the ball in the right areas of the field. Sivaraj rooping around. It's a little slow, but Bulat Singalage. Some nice high knee action. Rajaratne with a lovely ball, but into the hands of Tenuka Nanayakara. He's in exactly the right place at all the right times for Sia, but Havies will have the line out.
Rajaratne guilty of not looking at the player who is running alongside him, and Tenuka Nanayakara is omnipresent on the field here at London Place. Early indication of who our votes are going to go towards for the Swift Tech Perfect Player of the Match. It's available for anyone wearing the pink jersey to try and change our minds, Shanika. But time steadily running out into the last 10 minutes now.
You can see that Sudesh Jayavikrama is being missed, or Sandesh Jayavikrama is being missed at steadying presence. Sivaraj hasn't had much opportunities today, and that's perhaps because Mohammad Rifan tried to do a little bit too much while he was on the pitch. And Havelocks need to make something count here. Got to get on the scoreboard. Chatra Dilshan. Johnny Do, the stand-in captain.
Please back in. Back in. Back!
Charana, one of the many former Joseph's players on the pitch. Nisal Silva. Here's Vicesio. Vicesio is over. And that's the try to set up a grandstand. Last 10 minutes, Sudarshana. Been calling for this man's introduction since half-time. And somehow the message has gone through.
Well, for some reason, Vicesio lost track of time. They haven't won this game, nor have they won a single bonus point. They're not in reach as well. They need to hurry up. Havelock Sports Club needs two more tries to try and secure the 4-try bonus point. Need to get in within 7 points to get that losing bonus point, and then try and look at winning this one. They need to be focused, and like you mentioned, Shanaka, CRNFC, normally one of the better conditions teams in this competition, does look like they are pulling in long ones. As no problem for Bulat Singalage with the conversion, 14 points to 28, 2 tries in this.
Absolutely. One more try, and they will set up the finish of all finishers in this first leg of the Mathis Trophy. Nobody in the guard position for CRNFC, and Visesio showing exactly why Havelocks have him in their roster. Yahal Bulat Singalage bisecting the uprights. It's important for Havelocks to make sure they play in the right part of the pitch, Sudarshana. They haven't been doing that enough since the first half. And NAC, Waingani Sao, as you said, they might be better off getting a fitter defender on the pitch.
Yeah, it's always going to weigh you down, isn't it? If you're not able to try and perform to your best. This is you getting tended to. Referee Arun Shant asked him, you're not going to stop the game for cramps. He needs to continue the game, start the game and go on.
No changes. Just play.
Well, they're not going to wait for him to put his boot on. He's got to play on. Thenukaranekara has made this game his own and puts a deep kick into the 22 to be thumped back by Yahan Bulat Singalage, who brings them almost to the 50-meter line. That's a great bit of work from the restart by the former Thomian skipper.
Yeah, Bulat Singalage with a very good exit. And this is an area Havelock struggled and gave away possession. Rifan had ample time to exit a couple of times, but decided to run the ball. He was good at running it to the line, but did it one too many. Great line out one by Havelock Sports Club. This is brilliant by the Havis forwards.
Yes, it was nicely done by at the front. I think it might have been Vaidyanathan or Shem Mendes, was it? Yes. Here's Janidu Fernando. And this is where Havelocks don't need to get involved in the close contexts. They've got to move this ball to their dangerous wingers. Well, it's hotting up now, isn't it, here at Longton Place? The lights are blazing down. And the temperature and the intensity on the field is doing the same.
Team Modano. Right, metana. Mang hitane addapu ekak tiyenawa. ඊට පස්සේ බලමු. Right player. TMO check one. Okay. Right. Dinka. මෙතන last play එකේ මට හිතෙනවා man ඇද්දා කියලා. ඒක පොඩ්ඩක් බලනවද? Right. Player ball එක ගන්න ඉස්සලා ඇද්දා. ඔගේ එකක් දැක්ක මම.
අනුශාන්ත clear. So ඔයා කියන්නේ pink player ඇද්දද red player ඇද්දද කියලා කියන්නේ?
Red player ඇද්දා.
Right. Okay, thank you. Production manager, can we have a look at the last incident?
The referee Anushant thinks that he might have spotted an off the ball infringement, so it's foul play which can be referred. So watch it here. It's a good contest for the ball.
Now pink player adin.
About this body check by Chatra Senivaratna.
Yeah, production manager. Okay. I will have a look at this also.
ඒක පස්සට යන්නේ.
Yeah, production manager, thank you. Arnashanta mage recommendation එකක් තියෙනවා. It's very clear, red player blocking the pink player, it's clear obstruction penalty.
Red player තමයි obstruction. Dinka, please repeat it, please.
Red player clear obstructing pink player, penalty against red player, penalty at the place where the infringement took place. Penalty for Havelocks against Reds.
Yeah.
Clear obstruction.
Not going for the ball, but trying to prevent Bulat Singalage going for that.
Okay,
yes, he may have turned his body
Red
over to his side to try and paint the picture, like you
Obstruction.
mentioned, that
The
he
red
was
player,
not
and
obstructing.
they're giving to
An opportunity
penalty.
for Havelock Sports
Pink.
Club now.
Yeah. No card. Listen. So marker.
Janidu Pereira will never die wondering. He's asking for a card. Then Chatra Seneviratne.
Simon.
Would have been fine if it was Liverpool versus Everton. But you can't block a player in front of the ball. And TMO Dinka Peris giving a very clear recommendation. Where Chatra Seneviratne, watch number 20, his red jersey here. He stands in front and doesn't allow Johan Bulat Singalage to come onto that ball. Fajuddin, beautifully done by Chatura Dilshan, who's not a regular line-out jumper.
Hey, goal, get back, advantage.
Fajuddin, ironically, probably the only time that
Yeah, උඩට කියන්න බෑ. Simple. So, recommend AR. Hurry.
Well,
right.
well, I do beg your pardon, but for me, that's disgraceful, to put it lightly. They initially had made up their mind, Shanika, but now wants to refer it to the television match official. But I don't think the color of the card is going to change.
Dinka, check one. Okay, TMO. Dinka, මෙතන මෝල් එකේ player උඩ දාලා right ඊට පස්සේ බිමට පල්ලෙහාට ගෙනියාවට පස්සේ number 28 red පාගෙනවා AR ගේ call එක මම දැක්කේ නැහැ මට පොඩ්ඩක් ඒක දාලා දෙනවද?
Yeah, thank you. So, production team, can we have a look at the last incident, please?
Shanika with match commissioner, and also this game being adjudicated by them as well. Shanal Adhikaram is not only looking at missing out the next couple of minutes. They're binding illegally from the side. That warrants you a yellow.
I would argue that might even be a red because it's so obviously intentional. Vaidyanatha obviously responding. That's
red card, yeah.
It's a red.
Production manager, thank you. We have clear angles.
I would think it's
Arnashanta, it's very clear. Stamping player on the ground. I recommend red card, and I say it's reckless.
The replacement issue will not come into play anyway in this game. So it's a red card with no substitutions to be made. And he will have to face a disciplinary inquiry and plead his case. Vilshanal Adhikaram. But poor old Sachintana Vaidyanatha will be eating soup tonight.
Okay. Hita matamai. Okay. Yeah. This is go down. Yeah. This is it. Okay.
Well, it's the color of the jersey that he's seeing on that card, and there is absolutely no doubt from the time he decided to lift that player and turn him around, Shanaka, that's extreme high degree of danger and recklessness. And he's added couple of more weeks to his suspension with that unsafe foot on Vaidyanatha's face.
Could have already caused a serious injury. And that shoulder charge. He wasn't looking down, to be fair, but still reckless.
Hey, yeah. You hey, back.
Janindu driving towards the line. It's going to be a hell of a 4 minutes if Havelocks get over there. And Charana Sendanayaka, is he going to rue that knock on?
Time off.
Seems like Gunaratna went to sleep there. This is going to be very serious because he will want to get up and continue. And that's how Omalka has always wanted to play his game, but it will be the responsibility of the matchday doctor and also responsibility of every single player on the park as well to think about the head collision and the safety.
Okay, doctor.
Quickly cleared as Gunaratna. 5 minutes on referee's clock. There have been plenty of stoppages. Charna Sendanayaka will be rowing that drop. But what can Havi's forwards, who have been the superior set of forwards, if I may, Shanaka, do in this all-important scrum?
Well, they've been good. They've been better, in fact, than the CR forwards, but the CR defensive patterns have held so far.
Sit. Steady. Hey, you.
He does really well, does Lasindu Ishan. Karunatilaka coming off the back of that scrum, creating a little bit of space for Chatura Seniviratne to smash this one as far as he can. And it's dropped by Bulat Singalage. It's back. He looks at the referee and keeps going. Couldn't believe his luck.
Down there.
Well, before we go back there, Shanaka, I think Lasindu's break from this scrum really showcases why, while the third rovers are now considered a common breed, why a specialist number 8 is important. With that scrum going back, take a look at that collection, and he made sure that he created the angle for Chatura Seniviratne to get that exit.
Vidu Amaneth doing what he has done for CR for a few occasions and buying them the safety of territorial gain.
This is very good from CRNFC. Though they haven't won the territorial battle, they've now managed to make sure when it matters to try and be in the correct territory. Havis will, after the game, will definitely rue the chances that they led away Shanaka. Yellow card and a red for the London Place Club, but they still arrive as we see Vishenka Silva on the field for CRNFC.
Oh, then it's overthrown. Fajuddin makes an error, and Lasindu Ishan, who saved his team on the other end of the pitch, scores the winner on the attacking side of the field. Lasinta Di Costa is absolutely unflapped, but it has been a stressful match that may just have been decided by that commercial bank try.
Lasindu Karunatilaka gets them out from trouble and drives the final nail in the coffin. Matthias Trophy, first leg at least, is secure and safe as CRNFC gets their 5th commercial bank try, and Havelocks, the two candy lads, delighted and celebrating together with Dunamunet from the Randalls Hill School, but this lad, Shanaka, got to agree that he has been the Swiss Tech perfect player of the game.
No.
But he's not perfect enough to get away from the commentator's curse.
Yes, he hasn't converted all 5 tries. He's converted 4 of them, and his defensive interventions and his try have been more than enough in a game where the other players have really failed to live up to expectations. I have to say the 2 number 8s from either side for Havelocks and CR have been disappointing. I feel that if ViU came into this game a little earlier, Havelocks might have done a little bit better. As Jai Vikrama gets smashed back in a tackle as well.
Sorry. Head-to-head contact again.
Another referral. This is going to be a big headache for
okay.
Coach
I think
Leuke.
TMO. Yeah.
After taking no chances.
Check one, check one. Yes, TMO. මට head to head එකක් වගේ තියෙනවා මිඩිබැක් එකක්. ඒ කියන්නේ බෝල් කැරියර් පල්ලයට යනකොට තමයි අර උඩ වෙන්නේ. I think penalty. මට පොඩ්ඩක් බලමුද ඒක?
Yeah, so your on-field decision is penalty for a head-to-head contact and the pink play going down. We'll check it. Production manager, can we have a look at the last tackle?
It's a big contact. Gunaratna on Jai Vikrama. Viduna Amanet just blocking the moment of contact there. Let's look at it here. Gunaratna is bent at the waist, but he drives upwards.
This is why
can we have another look?
Which is why I think Shanaka referee recommended a penalty, because while Gunaratna is driving up, he's bent at the waist and also with his knees not going right up there.
Yeah, production team, can we have the first look, please?
Jai Vikrama was tipping as well, so that's a mitigating factor. That will be making the decision.
Yeah, production team, thank you.
Penalty only.
Arnashanta, my recommendation tackle body position is very good. It's very clear, but accidentally getting a head contact, I also stand by with your recommendation, penalty only.
Yeah. Right. Penalty only.
Very clear communication from TMO Dinka Piris, saying the tackler's body position was good. Better than Sam Kane's for sure.
Captain, penalty only. And this up at here.
The penalty only.
Smart, yeah.
Havis
Simon
will be going after that third try. They know that we are in the dying embers of this game, but CRNFC will be very much relieved. Shanaka, they haven't been able to shake off that high penalty count. Last game as well, they conceded 12 penalties. This game they've conceded, I believe, a similar number, and have lost 2 players to the sin bin.
Discipline has been a problem for them all season. Something Coach Leuke will have to work on with his team. As Tinetra Dodangoda takes this down. Still going. Lashinda Vishan has somehow got himself in there. And now it's Kalindu Silva who tries to dart through. Visesio They're hanging on to him for dear life. They know how dangerous he is from this range. Kalindu. Sivaraj asking for it, but Fajuddin gets it instead. Flying up in a tackle was Chatura Seneviratne. Wants to get into the thick of things. Here's Kalindu. Janidu.
I went.
Here it is again for Nisal Silva. Kalindu Silva. Here's Vicesio. They've hunted him down.
Pardon the French from the players as referee Arnashanta blows the full-time whistle. That's the end of the game. CRNFC getting a 5 Commercial Bank try victory.
They've got their bonus point, CRNFC. Havelocks made the short trip over to try and at least get one hand on the Mathis trophy, but unfortunately for them, the last pass not sticking. And despite making a real pressure cauldron in the first half, they didn't manage to let it bubble over, and you can see the disappointment on the face of the Havelocks coaching team. They knew that this was their game that they let slip away. And in the background, Bayingani Bao was over the ball a few times, but just didn't make a difference with the ball in hand, and that's what you expect from your big number 8s. This man, when he was called upon, did deliver, but maybe have been called upon a little too late. That's some relief on the face of Dushant Leuke.
Relief, yes, but Coach Leuke will want a lot of things to be smoothed out. Didn't really manage to get, but Swistek, perfect player of the match in that number 13 jersey. Tenakunana Kara, what a game he had. Absolutely wonderful around the park defensively and also in attack and converting from the tee. He was absolutely spot on. Havis will be disappointed because this was a game that they really could have pushed to the last minute, and with that victory, CR narrowed down the unbeaten teams to just 2 teams. CH and Kandy, the 2 unbeaten teams now remaining in the league, as Havis gone down to CRNFC 33 points to 14.
And Havelocks play CH next week, Sudarshana, so that's going to be another interesting one as well. But if you look at the CRNFC coaching staff, they are relieved, but they are not ecstatic. They know that this performance was far below par. It's certainly not a league-winning or league-challenging performance. And Havelocks, even though they've lost this game, will think that there is more in this game than they take away on the scoreboard. And it may be just that defeat that spurs them on in the second round. There's a lot of rugby to be played yet in this Maliban Rugby League. So 7 Commercial Bank tries in this Mathis Trophy encounter. Lovely fizzing pass here from Amaneth to Mutunayaka. Speaking Kandian to each other. Sudarshana?
There are 2 players who were really unlucky, isn't it? We didn't see them much in their college colours, but lovely to see, despite missing their prime years playing for colleges, they're continuing in this club circuit. Havis ticking away, but just not enough. This was an incident that we hoped didn't happen.
Well, Sachintana Vaidyanatha went to ground like a sack of bricks there. It was very clear that he was stimulating, and if he didn't do that, he would have probably still got the red card and kept his lips away from the surgeon's needle.
This was the opportunity. Havelocks looked like they were coming for their third, and if they did manage to try and get there, would have been an interesting one, as we see the red shirts putting and finishing up with their high fives. 33 points to 14 is how the game ended. 5 tries, 4 converted. Brilliant by that man at the bottom, Tenukonana Akara, the Swiss stick perfect player of the match. But for Havelocks, it was just the 2 tries, one coming off Asbir Fajrin at the back of the mall, and the second one through their overseas talent, Visesio. Both converted by the Havies, but didn't really get the cohesion and the continuity they were looking for.
Yes, that's something that they will be disappointed about. Not easy to play under lights, coming in and playing the first game under the lights, unless you're training under lights as well. But a few decisions that I feel that at number 9, number 10 and number 15 could have been better executed by Havelocks, and the pressure that they were putting on at ruck time and line-out time might have translated a bit further into points on the scoreboard. But this, as you said, Sudarshana, means that Havelocks have also been defeated, CR have been defeated, Kandy and CH stand alone at the top of the leaderboard as the teams who have not been beaten. What will the next couple of weeks hold in store? What can Air Force do to upset that equation? And what will happen at the bottom of the table clash between Police and Navy at Police Park on the 4th Sunday?
First weekend of the year, 2 games lined up for you, 3rd January and the 4th, that is tomorrow and day after. The Air Force grounds at Ratmalana, like we say all the time, is a difficult place to travel to. And Kandy will have those goals from 2018, if I'm not wrong, where they went down to the Airmen. Next week, like Shanika mentioned, Havelocks taking on CRNFC and Kandy Sports Club taking on CRNFC. The top 4 going against each other, going to be very, very exciting. Sri Lions will host Air Force here at London Place, as Sri Lanka Army hosts Navy Sports Club. Inter-defense battle that will be played out at Panagoda, but all eyes will be on all 2 games. Havelock Park, Havelock Sports Club hosting CHNFC and Kandy hosting CRNFC. Things hotting up in this Maliban Inter-Club Rugby League.
Well, we're getting to the business end of it, and the business looks like it's going to be intense. Thanks very much for joining us for this first night match of the Maliban Rugby League. So far, it's been an intense affair, and Ceylon Rugby and Football Club running away winners this evening. But I'm sure there's a lot of rugby still remaining in this Havelock side, and we'll wait and see how they bring that back after this devastating defeat for the Park Club boys. We'll be back with a lot more action tomorrow when we bring you live action from Ratmalana and from Police Park as well next week, next Sunday. But until then, it's goodbye from Sudarshana Piris and myself, Shanak Amrasinghe, and the rest of the Papare production team.
stand by for opener.
Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel, ThePapare.
3, 2,
අද්විතීය නිමාවෙන් විශ්වාසී ආරක්ෂාවෙන් අසම සම ස්මාර්ට් ඔප්ෂන් සමගින් 125cc බලයෙන් සියල්ලටම ඉහළින් TVS Raider 125 the full option bike.
බෑග්වල බොරු ගණන් ගහලා පස්සේ ලොකු ඩිස්කවුන්ට් දෙන දේවල් මාගාව නෑ මහත්තයා.
ඔබේ නිවසේ පරිපූර්ණ නිමාවකට දවටනේ නියම මිල සඳහන් ස්විස්ටෙක් නිෂ්පාදන මිලදී ගන්න. ස්විස්ටෙක් ගන්න ඕනේ හොඳම තීරණය.
බෑග්වල බොරු ගණන් ගහලා පස්සේ ලොකු ඩිස්කවුන්ට් දෙන දේවල් මාගාව නෑ මහත්තයා.
ඔබේ නිවසේ පරිපූර්ණ නිමාවකට දවටනේ නියම මිල සඳහන් ස්විස්ටෙක් නිෂ්පාදන මිලදී ගන්න. ස්විස්ටෙක් ගන්න ඕනේ හොඳම තීරණය.
Drink Samahan daily to boost your immunity and stay healthy against prevailing health conditions. Samahan daily. Stay healthy.
එතකොට මහත්තයාට උනේ ටයිල් ඇඩිසිව් ග්‍රවුට් වෝටර්ප්‍රූෆින් ස්කිම් කොට් නේ.
ලොකු ඩිස්කවුන්ට් එකක් නැද්ද මුදලාලි අතන කඩේ 140ක් දෙන්නම් කිව්වා.
බෑග්වල බොරු ගණන් ගහලා පස්සේ ලොකු ඩිස්කවුන්ට් දෙන දේවල් මාගාව නෑ මහත්තයා.
ඔබේ නිවසේ පරිපූර්ණ නිමාවකට දවටනේ නියම මිල සඳහන් ස්විස්ටෙක් නිෂ්පාදන මිලදී ගන්න. ස්විස්ටෙක් ගන්න ඕනේ හොඳම තීරණය.
Keep pushing the limits. No matter what your fitness goal is, we are always there by you, with you. Iodex. Get, spray, go.
අසම සම ස්මාර්ට් ඔප්ෂන් සමගින් 125cc බලයෙන් සියල්ලටම ඉහළින් TVS Raider 125 the full option bike.
ලොකු ඩිස්කවුන්ට් එකක් නැද්ද මුදලාලි අතන කඩේ 140ක් දෙන්නම් කිව්වා.
බෑග්වල බොරු ගණන් ගහලා පස්සේ ලොකු ඩිස්කවුන්ට් දෙන දේවල් මාගාව නෑ මහත්තයා.
ඔබේ නිවසේ පරිපූර්ණ නිමාවකට දවටනේ නියම මිල සඳහන් ස්විස්ටෙක් නිෂ්පාදන මිලදී ගන්න. ස්විස්ටෙක් ගන්න ඕනේ හොඳම තීරණය.
Keep rising. No matter what your fitness goal is, we are always there by you, with you. Iodex. Get, spray, go.
Perfectly Swisstech Aluminium. නඩත්තු වියදම් නැති ජාත්‍යන්තර සහතික සමග වසර 30ක් දක්වා වගකීමක් ඇති Swisstech Aluminium. ඔබත් කොටේෂන් එකක් අරගෙන බලන්න.
Every modern office needs sophistication, cutting-edge precision, and seamless support. Vantage for the modern professional.
ලොකු ඩිස්කවුන්ට් එකක් නැද්ද මුදලාලි අතන කඩේ 140ක් දෙන්නම් කිව්වා.
බෑග්වල බොරු ගණන් ගහලා පස්සේ ලොකු ඩිස්කවුන්ට් දෙන දේවල් මාගාව නෑ මහත්තයා.
ඔබේ නිවසේ පරිපූර්ණ නිමාවකට දවටනේ නියම මිල සඳහන් ස්විස්ටෙක් නිෂ්පාදන මිලදී ගන්න. ස්විස්ටෙක් ගන්න ඕනේ හොඳම තීරණය.
Drink Samahan daily to boost your immunity and stay healthy against prevailing health conditions. Samahan daily. Stay healthy.
එතකොට මහත්තයාට උනේ ටයිල් ඇඩිසිව් ග්‍රවුට් වෝටර්ප්‍රූෆින් ස්කිම් කොට් නේ.
ලොකු ඩිස්කවුන්ට් එකක් නැද්ද මුදලාලි අතන කඩේ 140ක් දෙන්නම් කිව්වා.
බෑග්වල බොරු ගණන් ගහලා පස්සේ ලොකු ඩිස්කවුන්ට් දෙන දේවල් මාගාව නෑ මහත්තයා.
ඔබේ නිවසේ පරිපූර්ණ නිමාවකට දවටනේ නියම මිල සඳහන් ස්විස්ටෙක් නිෂ්පාදන මිලදී ගන්න. ස්විස්ටෙක් ගන්න ඕනේ හොඳම තීරණය.
අසම සම ස්මාර්ට් ඔප්ෂන් සමගින් 125cc බලයෙන් සියල්ලටම ඉහළින් TVS Raider 125 the full option bike.
Perfectly Swisstech Aluminium. නඩත්තු වියදම් නැති ජාත්‍යන්තර සහතික සමග වසර 30ක් දක්වා වගකීමක් ඇති Swisstech Aluminium. ඔබත් කොටේෂන් එකක් අරගෙන බලන්න.
Keep sweating. No matter what your fitness goal is, we are always there by you, with you. Iodex. Get, spray, go.
Perfectly Swisstech Aluminium. ඔබත් කොටේෂන් එකක් අරගෙන බලන්න. Perfectly Swisstech Aluminium. ඔබත් කොටේෂන් එකක් අරගෙන බලන්න.
අසම සම ස්මාර්ට් ඔප්ෂන් සමගින් 125cc බලයෙන් සියල්ලටම ඉහළින් TVS Raider 125 the full option bike.